We are shown a dark jungle at the start of the film. Here, a child was running away from someone, or getting scared of someone. The scene cuts and we are shown a red bus on a road passing through this jungle. A little further on, this bus gets blocked due to a tree. Bus takes another route, without knowing that there could be some danger ahead. We also see some skeletons there, and as we move forward, all the trees had been cut down. Suddenly, there was a loud noise all around. The child sitting in the bus got scared and looked towards the road, because the driver had to stop the bus all of a sudden. He got down and saw a dead deer in front of him, and as soon as he put him in his place and turned around, he was shocked. The next minute when he got back on the bus, we saw that there was a man behind him, who had taken the bus driver to the gunpoint. He threatened all the children and asked them to sit in their seats. Everyone started listening to him, and all of a sudden, a child sitting in the bus remembered that he had read about this man in the news. He was a serial killer and had just escaped from jail a few days ago. Not only that, the scary thing was that this man used to kill only teenagers. He claimed that he was a psychopath, and the driver kept driving his bus. And while driving, the driver missed another signboard, which said that he was heading towards an empty military zone where research was done years ago, but now no one used to live there. There was a tunnel in which a lot of lights were on at this time. Bus suddenly stops in this tunnel. He found out that the engine of the bus had broken down, and the psychopath killer thought that the driver was playing tricks on him. That's why he took a child to the gun, told the driver to get down and repair the bus in front of him. Meanwhile, the lights of this tunnel suddenly went off. Suddenly, they started hearing scary noises in this dark tunnel. The killer pointed to the driver to go and see what was there. The driver also took his torch and moved forward. As he kept moving towards the darkness, he started seeing a shadow. When he got closer, he found out that it was a terrifying-looking monster. The driver screamed in fear and the monster grabbed him by the chest and killed him. The people sitting inside the bus were seeing all this. The killer also quickly came inside the bus with the girl. These people started screaming. The killer tells them to be quiet so that the monster can't see or hear, and tries to start the bus quickly. But there was no key to the bus here. It was still in the driver's hand, which the monster had killed. He gives these children the task of getting the key from the driver. As soon as the girl went to the driver in fear to get the key, she was shocked to see him. He was dead. The girl couldn't believe it. Her tears started coming out of her eyes. She carefully took the key, pointed it at him. Seeing this, the killer started laughing. But he said, "You can't kill me. You need a lot of courage to kill." Before the boy did anything, he suddenly heard a voice from the bus roof, and the killer took the gun from him again. Now the voices coming from the bus had also increased, because of which all the children get scared. And in anger, the killer gets off the bus and starts shouting, "Whoever you are, get out of the darkness. Face me." He was saying all this. Suddenly, his speech stopped. A strange smile came on his face, and suddenly someone attacked him. And the children were shocked to see him inside the bus. They were silent. He had a lot of tentacles in his hand. They didn't understand what to do. These people now decide to stay in this bus to save their lives. But until then, they couldn't hear any strange sounds from outside their bus. The door of the bus opened with a creaking sound, and they saw the big hands of that monster on the seat of the bus. This monster had come inside the bus. To escape from it, they started running down the other door of the bus. But this door didn't open. By mistake, he noticed that the monster is afraid of this light. Taking advantage of this, he kept the monster away from the light. By the time the door of their bus opened, they got off the bus. Keeping the light towards the monster, they kept running towards the light and reached a bunker. There was also a room in this bunker, on which there was a map of this whole place. Looking at this, they find out that this is a military base. And if this was a military base, then there could have been a light and a control panel here. And if they wanted to stay away from that monster, then somehow they had to turn on that control panel, so that the lights here would turn on and the monster would stay away from them. Keeping the map, they make a plan and think about where that control panel could be. Nolan and his partner go to find the PowerPoint. While sitting here, these were spending their time in a strange way. Now Keeney asked these two boys say that I have to go to the washroom. Finally, she couldn't go because she was scared. That's why Reggie went with her. Reggie was bothering her while talking to her. That's why now Queenie wasn't answering him. It's been a long time. He felt something strange. So finally, he turned around and saw that Queenie wasn't there. He lost his mind. Screaming loudly, he started looking for Queenie here and there. His other friend also found out that Queenie is missing. These people started looking for Queenie in this whole area. And finally, they reached a place where they saw Queenie. But at that time, there was a monster on Queenie. A terrifying monster that was about to bite Queenie on the neck and eat her. Queenie's condition was as if she was unconscious. Here Reggie shows the monster a fire and distracts it, while his other managed to get Queenie out of it. Queenie and the two of them quickly come here and start running away, without thinking that Reggie is not behind them. Actually, this monster had dropped a torch from the Reggie hand, and it fell into the water and extinguished, and now the monster was about to attack him. Strange things come out of his mouth and fall on Reggie's face, and it was blood. Queenie and her friend finally woke up when they saw Reggie. People couldn't do anything, and before this monster eats Reggie. Suddenly, the lights come on here. Because of this, the monster got scared and left Reggie. And these people understand that their friends finally found the generator. Here Nolan and his companions who had found this generator and turned it on. They found a room nearby, in which a dead body was lying, and there were also a lot of pictures and notes. These notes only had information about its creature. It felt like someone had done a lot of research on this creature, and then as if he couldn't kill it. Anyway, reading all this was not their point. Their point was to get out of this tunnel as soon as possible. That's why when they turn around, they see a shadow from a distance. Both of them got scared and stopped breathing, because it could have been a monster. But it turned out that it was not a monster. In fact, it was his three companions, seeing whom they happily went to them. This happiness was only for a moment, because the next moment they saw a mark on Queenie's neck. It was a wound, from which blood was coming out. It was because of that monster's bite. It could have been that now Queenie gets infected and turns into that monster. And one of them says that maybe we shouldn't keep Queenie with us. But these people don't do that. They keep Queenie with them. To get information about what is going to happen with Queenie, they go back to the same room, where they got a lot of notes about that monster. They pick up a notebook and start reading. A boy, who loved to explore new places with his sister, the map, and he was left behind, and suddenly he got shot, as if he saw something in the tunnel. The scream coming from the tunnel. He got scared, and instead of saving his sister, he started running towards the jungle, so that he can save his life from here. This is the same scene that we saw at the start of the movie. This time this boy left here, but now this incident remained in his mind. Because of his actions, his sister was killed by that monster. Now, he wants to avenge on the creature that killed her. He began researching monsters and created a gun capable of killing that creature. In his diary, he also wrote that if the monster tastes someone's blood, it will relentlessly hunt them down. Despite warnings from Queenie not to proceed, they decided to kill the monster. They wanted to help Queenie and complete the unfinished project. They set up a trap, soaking a cloth with Queenie's blood. The monster onto it and grabbed the cloth. They tried to fire the weapon, but the trigger jammed, fronted the others. However, it couldn't come outside due to the light. The boys appeared from behind, using torches to light the monster.